In today's video, I will show you how to turn this bathroom from this to this using the Delta Simplicity shower door system. It's basically three-step. Step 1, you pick the type of glass door you like. Step 2 is the frame. Step 3 is the handle. They have numerous options of glasses and also colors of the frame and options with the handles. You could go frame or frameless, and that's what I got at the end. It looks pretty good and I got tons of compliments. So let's start with step 2. With step 2 you have top rack, bottom track, side jams and installation parts. I started by opening step 2 box, and as I open it I spread out the different parts included in the box and started inspecting them one by one to make sure they're free from any sort of damage from shippings or handling. As you do that, there's also a bag that includes all the different parts that are required to put these tracks and brackets together. So I started by laying down a piece of plastic on the floor of the bathroom to protect the tile, and then I used my laser to create an exact distance between the edge and then the sides, and that helped me also level the vertical brackets so that they are all leveled together. And as you can see here, this is pretty easy to do through the laser, but also you could use any other level system to do so as well. It's pretty easy. So I put 1/4 inch from the outside edge and made sure both sides are equal. The shallow side will be attached to the wall, and then the deep side will be to the outside, and I used tape to level it and attach it to my line. That was the best way to do this, being by myself. You start creating a pilot hole through 1/8 inch drill bit. Obviously you use tile friendly drill bits, and then as you finish those pilot holes you use 5/16 tile drill bit to do the full hole through, and there are 6 of them, obviously 3 on each side. For most part this was just not that hard to do. And then after you finish those, making those holes, the next step would be to use the plastic provided with the set to basically squeeze them inwards like so, and insert them through those 6 holes. I used a small hammer to gently tap them in to make sure they are slided all the way through. Just be careful on the tile as you go through this step. And then I basically used a small vacuum to clean all the residue left out of drilling. Then you will move to the next step, which is basically installing the 4 transparent bumpers. You install one on the top and one on the bottom on each side, so a total 4. You leave the middle hole empty. As you see here, one on the top, one on the bottom. The middle hole is empty. We will use this for installing the other bumper. So then I measured the bottom track, and just make sure you take multiple measures, because it's okay to cut long, but just make sure you don't cut it short. I put the tape around it just to protect from the cutting blade. And as you can see here, I used my Milwaukee tool here to cut this, which was pretty simple to do. Then I inserted the rubber bumper through this, and I cut the extra. So then the groove here, you use it to put silicone, bathroom friendly silicone in, and you spread it on this groove, and this will be basically touching the ground, the tile, to create a seal and to simplify, basically to glue this track to the tile. And then I measured the top rail. Same idea here, same process. Again, multiple measures just to make sure you do it correctly. I put the tape on, and same thing. I make sure it is all exact measure from all sides. And same thing, I used my Milwaukee tool to cut through it. You could use other tools to do this as well, or you could use a manual saw to do this as well. And as you can see here, it came out pretty good. And then those two pieces each goes on one side. You basically insert it in, and you use your drill to create a pilot hole for the screw to go in, and this basically keeps the top rail solidly attached to those side brackets so that it doesn't wiggle or move out of its place as you mount the two glass doors on it. So then next I put the middle bumper in the middle hole that we left empty, and those keeps the slide doors on their place, and it also serves as a bumper. And then I moved to step one, which is basically the glass door themselves. Same idea here. I laid it down on the floor and opened the box and inspected the glass to make sure all is good before I installing it. No cracks, nothing. It's tempered glass, obviously. So then I took the 4 different mounting rail systems out. Basically, you have to unscrew this part right here, and then you take out this is a very important piece right there to insert in the middle, and don't let it skip you, because these pieces are easy to kind of lose, if you will. And you put this U-shape plastic on the top, and then you insert this metal piece on the top and put the screw back. And obviously I used a hand tool on this one to make sure that I don't over tight them. So you basically, there are 4 of those, and you have to repeat the same step on all 4 of them. And then this is the timing for how tall or short you want to make your glass door. So I basically, based on my measurement, I had to move the screw to the number 1 hole, which basically makes the glass door drop lower on the bracket. So that basically it leaves less space between the bottom line of the glass door and the floor. And I did this for all 4 of them, as you can see here, mounted to the bracket. All 4 of them, I moved it to the top number 1 hole. And then I removed the protective corners that they put due to shipping from these slide doors. And this is a necessary step to then slide the door through this guideline here, and this keeps the doors together. And then again, same idea here. You create the pilot holes, 2 of them, and you use your screwdriver to put in the 2 tiny screws in there and fix that plastic piece in place. Just make sure you wiggle this through to make sure the door slides smoothly. Then we move to step 3, which is basically one of the easiest steps in this process. You basically take the handle and make sure the rubber gaskets on the handle posts stay together. There are 2 rubber gaskets per each handle post, so you insert them in, and then using your hands just tied it in together gently. Just make sure you don't over tight them. The rubber gasket basically keeps it together pretty well. And you do 4 of those basically, 2 of them on each slide glass door. And then you insert the bar like that, and then you put the second hand post in, and you screw the hand post together from the outside. And this is basically your last assembly step as far as parts and tools. Next step would be to use silicone sealant to seal along the entire length of the wall jambs and the bottom rack. So just go ahead and do that from both sides, the inside and the outside of the slide doors. This basically concludes your installation process. And go ahead and basically I used some glass cleaning solution and microfiber towel to clean the glass doors, and we're pretty much done here. As you can see, this wasn't quite a terrible process. It took me about 2 hours to finish it all together from start to finish. And this is how you turn basically an opening like this to look a lot better, like so. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and like this video. Appreciate it. Thank you.